massacre in southern Israel. One of them is a veteran journalist who worked for decades to try to bring peace and recognition of Palestinian rights. 83-year-old Oded Lifshtiz and his wife volunteered for years in a program taking patients from Gaza to hospitals in Israel. Their grandson calls them people of peace, but Hamas took them from their home in last week's attack on their community near Gaza. Joining me now is their grandson, Daniel Lifshtiz. Daniel, tell us more, first of all, about your grandfather's mission and why he took it on.
My grandfather, for all his life, has been a human fighter, human rights fighter, from the first day to nowadays. He was fighting in all the wars since the 6-Day War until the Lebanon War. He was all the time part of any mission for human rights with Bedouins, for the Palestinians, and every week he and my grandmother together were taking sick people with cancer and other diseases from Gaza Strip to the hospitals in Israel to get treatment, as they could not get this treatment in Gaza. And every week they would do that. The place where they live, the kibbutz, is a place of that, is place of peace, is place of human right, is place for everybody. It is a devastating moment for all of us to have those people that all their life worked and fight for human rights to be taken but by the most unhuman possible thing somebody can do.
Yeah.
My
Tell us,
grandparents,
about your, go ahead, your grandparents, what? Continue.
Yeah. So my grandparents, really, they would be mad on me that I speak about them now and not speak about the kids, about Noya, about Erez Calderon, about the Cunyo's sisters, that I'm speaking about them, because they would say, just release those kids. Open the human corridor for help, for medicine, make a hostage deal, do that. First of all,
Yes.
We are speaking, and
Yes.
I saw everything coming before, with the rockets go and the missiles going for both sides, without thinking, first of all, bring those hostages home, make a deal, make everything you need. There are kids. Is the craziest genocide happened in the area where those people fight for the rights of those people.
Yeah.
And I really understand,
Daniel,
the Hamas is worse for us and worse for the Palestinians as well. But everybody has to work for that. The human corridor is so important. The days are going, and every day is harder. I'm sitting here with all the survivors.
Let me jump in for a second, because you made some really good points there. You made the point to say that Hamas is not good for the Palestinians either. And you also talked about how your grandfather, your grandparents would not want you to be focusing on them. But I understand your concern for them. But I do want, if you could tell us in short order about your relationship with your grandfather, just as a grandfather, and when was the last time you communicated with him?
So the last time we've been in touch with my grandparents was on Saturday, October 7th, on 8:30 in the morning, which they went into the secure room, and after that we had no connection with them anymore. We know that about 300 murderers of the Hamas terrorists went inside the kibbutz and slaughtered, kidnapped, and did the worst human thing can do. And we have about 80 people that have been kidnapped from our kibbutz. And the relationship with them is, my grandfather is like, I'm the mission to continue his legacy and what he's doing. My grandmother is like my mom. She was taking care of me all the time in the kibbutz as a young child. They're the most amazing people on the planet, really. They would still make for us all the dinners on Friday, everything they would do for us.
That makes me That is a warm feeling in the middle of all of this horrific news that we're reporting. Your grandfather, again, we're showing pictures of him and his wife. Your grandfather's 83. He's clearly resourceful. Do you feel confident that he can somehow escape the barbaric hands of the Hamas terrorists?
The question is, first of all, how fast will medicine and whatever can aid to them will arrive. That's why the human corridor, the first thing, has to be done now. And second, I hope the people of maybe of the Gaza Strip knows what he done for them all their life will do their pressure as well on the Hamas. And the leader of the world as well, if the US, Qatar, wherever, everybody can do to open this human corridor, maybe that could be something that will, we can look for a brighter future. If those things can happen fast, then, we will do everything to cut this horrified time, passing all those people with me here in Eilat, that if you see their faces, it's the worst thing can happen. I don't wish anybody in the world to have his family member as a hostage.
Of course not. Of course not. Absolutely not. Daniel, you are your grandfather's grandchild for sure. You're going to pick up the mantle. You care about human beings. And I thank you for joining us and telling your story and letting us know what a great, wonderful humanitarian your grandfather is. Thank you very much, and please stay safe, and I wish that you will see your grandfather very soon. And I want to thank you, Daniel.
Thank
and I
you.
want to tell our viewers that you can join the Fox Corporation in helping the United Jewish Appeal